Shalom Akim, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Baal Shemi Hawashai, Baal Shemer Karkwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, honors and salutations to you brothers doing the work in truth and sincerity. Now, I came across this video, I came across it watching one of the brothers on Ibmore, and I found the original feed, and I wanted to just give the original feed. But anyway, this video is about this congresswoman named Alexzandrea Ocasio Cortez, basically exposing the corruption in government. You know what I mean? You see the title, it says, calls out Trump in 5 minutes, corruption game, which is bullshit. Actually, what she did is expose all the corruption in this system that Esau has made up in Esau's government, from the Congress all the way to the president. You know, she basically exposes that it's legal to lie, and it's legal to basically sell out this country. You know, that I made a video entitled "Why We Call You Edomites the Devil, Lying Leaders," and this is kind of like a part 2 to it. You know, basically she exposes all the lies and corruption in the government body. So I'm gonna play this roughly 5-minute video and then, you know, let you brothers listen to it. And I'm going to give out a couple scriptures, which you see at the top already, you know, and I'm going to end it there. But this is just more proof that to be a leader in Esau's government, you must be a liar, you know, and that's what I'm going to entitle this video, you know, part 2, why we call you Edomites the devil, lying leaders, man. But anyway, without any further ado, let me play this video.
Let's play a lightning round game. I'm going to be the bad guy, which I'm sure half the room would agree with anyway. And I want to get away with as much bad things as possible, ideally to enrich myself and advance my interests, even if that means putting my interests ahead of the American people. So, Mrs. Hobart Flynn. Oh, and by the way, I have enlisted all of you as my co-conspirators. So you're going to help me legally get away with all of this. So, Mrs. Hobart Flynn, I want to run. If I want to run a campaign that is entirely funded by corporate political action committees, is there anything that legally prevents me from doing that?
No.
Okay, so there's nothing stopping me from being entirely funded by corporate PACs, say from the fossil fuel industry, the healthcare industry, big pharma. I'm entirely 100% lobbyist PAC funded. Okay, so let's say I'm a really, really bad guy, and let's say I have some skeletons in my closet that I need to cover up so that I can get elected. Mr. Smith, is it true that you wrote this article, this opinion piece for the Washington Post entitled, "These payments to women were unseemly, that doesn't mean they were illegal"?
Well, I can't see the piece, but I wrote a piece under that headline in the Post, so I assume that's right.
Okay, great. So, green light for hush money. I can do all sorts of terrible things. It's totally legal right now for me to pay people off. And that is considered speech. That money is considered speech. So I use my special interest dark money funded campaign to pay off folks that I need to pay off and get elected. So now I'm elected, now I'm in. I've got the power to draft, lobby, and shape the laws that govern the United States of America. Fabulous. Now, is there any hard limit that I have, perhaps Mrs. Hobart Flynn, is there any hard limit that I have in terms of what legislation I'm allowed to touch? Are there any limits on the laws that I can write or influence, especially if I'm based on the special interest funds that I accepted to finance my campaign and get me elected in the first place?
There's no limit.
So there's none. So I can be totally funded by oil and gas. I can be totally funded by Big Pharma, come in, write Big Pharma laws, and there's no limits to that whatsoever.
That's right.
Okay, so, awesome. Now, Mr. Marabani, the last thing I want to do is get rich with as little work possible. That's really what I'm trying to do as the bad guy, right? So is there anything preventing me from holding stocks, say, in an oil or gas company, and then writing laws to deregulate that industry and cause, that could potentially cause the stock value to soar and accrue a lot of money in that time?
You could do that.
So I could do that. I could do that now with the way our current laws are set up. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so my last question is, or one of my last questions, I guess I'd say, is it possible that any elements of this story apply to our current government and our current public servants right now?
Yes.
Yes. So we have a system that is fundamentally broken. We have these influences existing in this body, which means that these influences are here in this committee shaping the questions that are being asked of you all right now. Would you say that that's correct,
Yes.
Mr. Marabani or Mr. Schaub?
Yes.
All right, so one last thing, Mr. Schaub. In relation to congressional oversight that we have, the limits that are placed on me as a congresswoman, compared to the executive branch and compared to, say, the President of the United States, would you say that Congress has the same sort of standard of accountability? Is there more teeth in that regulation in Congress on the president, or would you say it's about even, or more so on the federal?
In terms of laws that apply to the president,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's just almost no laws at all that apply to the president.
So I'm being held, and every person in this body is being held to a higher ethical standard than the President of the United States.
That's right, because there are some ethics committee rules that apply to you.
And it's already super legal, as we've seen, for me to be a pretty bad guy. So it's even easier for the President of the United States to be one, I would assume.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
So, y'all done seen this video now. I mean, she just basically exposed that to get in government, you just must be a liar. I mean, basically proving that the elites, the bankers, the people that own the money of the United States are the ones that really make the laws and run the government, you know. So that just exposes every Edomite in there and every Jake that never got in Congress, you know, they all are assholes. Basically, they're all liars and cheaters. But anyway, let me get these two scriptures. This is Psalms chapter 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Now, I read that because Esau from the womb, he speaks lies, man. That's why he would set up a government that is basically just corrupt. I mean, a straight up corrupt government. And they ain't even lying about it. They just putting it out there in front of your face now. You know, like I say, this Congresswoman Alexzandrea Ocasio Cortez, she just exposed it, you know, in the simplest way possible. Because she's in there. Basically, she just pointed out how it's legal for a person to get paid off to get in government and to pay off people just in case you got a bad reputation to basically shut up so none of your dirt gets out there so you can get elected. And then you have the power over the laws legally to shape laws any way you want to for your own profit or for the profit of the people that got you in there, got you in government. That's why nobody talks about the fake Jews, you know, the imposter Jews that's in our land right now. That's why in Esau's media they demonize the Hebrew Israelites, you know. I mean, there's several things that can be pointed out by the explaining of by the corruption game that she just pointed out, you know. So Esau is a liar from the beginning, and his government is set up to be based on lies. And this just makes it plain. You know, it's not like we didn't know it, but this just makes it plain. And I have one more scripture. This is Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. Because this is the favor that's shown to the wicked. This is Esau's kingdom. So this is his favor right here. So this is the favor being shown to the wicked, and he made a government so corrupt that he could legally just lie and call it speech. And then if you expose this speech, is what he calls it, being paid off by someone that has money to shut you up, by this speech, it is illegal for you to tell the truth. If you have been paid off, it is illegal for you to tell the truth. Which just makes sense, being in the devil's society, being in Esau's society. This just makes sense. That's why they don't like Jake all up in his offices and stuff, you know. Let favor be shown to the wicked, let he will not learn righteousness, which this is his kingdom, and he still doesn't know righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly. The imposter Jews over in our land, Israel, is dealing unjustly because they're the ones that's really making the laws over here in America, because they have the money. And will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. You know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. In other words, they have this Bible. They say this is a Christian country based off the laws of the Bible, yet they follow no laws in the Bible. And when they see us speaking about the scriptures, telling the truth about the scriptures, saying what we say, which are backed up by the scriptures, then all of a sudden we're crazy. Well, I was watching the old episode of Montel Williams, and you know, there were some Hebrew Israelites on there, and they were saying that they were crazy. And then Montel's bald-headed ass talking about, we don't want to debate scriptures here. We don't want to quote. Yeah, you always saying something, quoting scriptures. That's what we do. Ain't this a Christian nation? Ain't everything supposedly based off the Bible? But you find out when the scriptures actually come out that this is not, this country is not based off the Bible. This country is a wicked nation, and it belongs to Esau, man. And this video is just more proof that why we call you so-called white people the devil, man. We call you Edomites the devil, because your whole system is based off lies. And any truth exposing that crumbles your system or cripples your system. So, and with that, my point is made. All praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to you brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, Shalom.